When it comes to mindset work, there's something I often implement, which is called the art of conscious rebellion. In essence, it's becoming a little bit of a rebel, or I like to use the word maverick, in your own mind. Now, if you're not familiar with the term maverick, often it's one that bends or questions the rules. There's a lot of asking, why is that? I don't understand. It's not just that they take anything at face value, but they get curious and they question, is that really true? And if so, why? Now, out in society, that can be something that can be very beneficial or very disruptive. But inside of our own minds, to do this consciously, to start to question the limiting beliefs, the ideas and the concepts that have kept us small in certain cases, that have kept us from truly enjoying and exploring our potential because fear creeps in and says, no, that's not possible, or that's too scary. In my own life, it came in working as an entrepreneur. Because for years, I called myself an accidental entrepreneur. I was never one of these that started my own thriving business at 12 or had the idea that I just couldn't work under anybody else. I actually loved working in companies. But I found myself in this position where all of a sudden I was self-employed and building my own business. But this idea of accidental entrepreneur kept coming up. And at some point I questioned, after about 5 years of continuing to work as an entrepreneur, I started to think, well, maybe I'm just not that type of entrepreneur. What if I'm just a different type? What if I'm one that could easily work inside of a company? I could be an intrapreneur or an entrepreneur. But maybe I should look at the evidence a little bit. And then all of a sudden, I started seeing, well, when I'm not telling myself that I can't do it, surprisingly enough, I'm actually making some pretty good progress. And all of a sudden, something flipped inside of my head. I still loved the term accidental entrepreneur, but it had a different meaning to me. It didn't mean I shouldn't be doing this, but I guess I'll keep doing it because it's where I am right now. Instead, it meant, how beautiful is this that I have come to this place where I get to live out my entrepreneurial ideas and ambitions and desires. But I also know within myself that I could do a lot of different things, but I'm choosing this now. All of a sudden, I started to own this path. And that is the moment when things started to blossom. Guys, 5 years that took to get to that point where I wasn't thinking of myself as an accident. Right? So this is where that little mental maverick comes in. This is where conscious rebellion with our own thoughts and our own belief systems, where if it's something that is true, it's not going to be shaken. We're going to ask the question, is that really true? Can I find proof? And we're going to prove that this is something that I want to keep, that serves me, that is benefiting me, because it is a look at reality. But where we find those little places where it's actually a lie that's been playing for a long time in the back of our heads, this is where we bring it out to the front. We ask some really good questions, and then if it's not serving us anymore, we can let it go and move forward and unleash the potential that's been hidden behind those old little lies and limiting beliefs. So how can you bring a little bit of mental maverick into your own mind today?